Hi, welcome to Miracle Making Psychology and Tarot Tools with my weekly 5-minute micro lesson. Well, it hasn't been 5 minutes, but I'll try to make it as short as possible. So, today I'm sharing something that you may or may not think about when you think about loneliness. I am going to be talking about how shame and loneliness are connected. Write your name in the comments below. Say hello as you join. Even if you watch a replay, still say hello. I'd love to hear from you. So, our topic is loneliness because of shame. For those who doesn't know me, my name is Tatiana Morris, and I'm a conscious relationships expert. What does that even mean, right? I combine the knowledge that I have from being a tarot reader, a mental health counselor, and a cosmo energy healer to help people understand themselves and others on a deep emotional level. I spent the last 15 years of my life accumulating knowledge in an attempt to understand myself and others, and now I want to share it with you. Today, my clients are men and women who struggle with relationships. They either don't know how to create build and create a happy and healthy relationship with the partner they already have, or they struggle to even find a partner. Back to loneliness, right? And so that's why now I'm in the process of creating my signature course, From Alone to Together, to help people address the main problem, loneliness. So today we are talking about loneliness and shame. Do you know anyone who is lonely because he or she has shame? Type yes in comments. So let's dive in. You know, shame leads to isolation, because emotional connections between people come from a place of vulnerability and openness. And shame, which carries the belief I'm bad, something's wrong with me, prevents people from opening up to each other because they're scared of being judged and rejected. And, well, I'm sure you all know that somewhat, because it's such a human condition. So do you want to know more about how that happens? Tell me yes below. And tell me yes if you have heard of that before. I'd like to continue that conversation, right? Do you know anyone who could benefit from those tips? Write their name below too. Again, I'd love to hear and from anyone who can relate to those things. Now, how to describe how shame leads to loneliness, I want to tell you the story of the prince, Cinderella's husband. For those who didn't hear the story of Cinderella, you are welcome to check it out. So, Cinderella and I met when she wanted help with her relationships and life in general. And this is what I do. I help people look deep inside of themselves to see what's in there and to change it if they want to. I like to think of myself as a mirror, but a mirror that doesn't just reflect the surface, but also something that's invisible, that's much deeper inside. And I believe that's my superpower, because I can see and understand things that may not be obvious on the first sight. That's my superpower from being a tarot reader and energy healer. So, back to Cinderella. After working on herself, she brought her husband to work on their relationships, because she realized that she can't do it all on her own. She wants his participation. And by the way, on his own, Prince would never come to see me, because he got very used to his way of life and he didn't really believe anything could change or get better. And let's be honest, he needed help much more than Cinderella did. But for him, it would mean to recognize he even had a problem, and he was really good at avoiding that. Again, those things happen, right? So, when we first met, Prince believed he had anxiety, and when I listened to him talk, and listening is my superpower, I can tell where the message comes from in the person, and if we truly believe in what they say, or if it's just something we think we should believe, or something like that. Well, my clients like and dislike my ability, that ability of mine, because sometimes I tell them things they don't want to hear, and they don't like it, but it's still the truth. And at the same time, that's why they came to see me. And they come to see me because they want to know the truth. But, truth is not always nice. It's not always pleasant to hear. So that's totally understandable. That's why I give them a, warning that I'm going to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, even if you don't like it. Yeah. Sugarcoating is not something I'm good at. Anyway, back to Prince. He wasn't anxious. The feeling I got from him was not fear. Fear is... diluted fear is anxiety. Anxiety is fear. Fear is anxiety. So the feeling that he was experiencing was shame. And that's why his attempts to reduce his anxiety didn't fully work because, well, even though strategies to reduce anxiety can help with shame, but not completely because it's not the same feeling. Anyway, that's again a different topic. I'm going on different tangents today. So, what happened to Prince? His story was defined by his mother and also by society, by social expectations. He was a boy, right? We all know that in the official version of the Cinderella story, we don't talk much about the prince or his family, and so we don't know much about it. What we do know is that his father was either physically or emotionally absent. Again, he could be working a lot or he was busy with whatever. And so the real superpower in the house of the prince was his mother. Very strong, very controlling woman. She liked things a certain way. And so the problem with that the prince was a very sensitive boy. He had very deep, vulnerable feelings. And so in this environment, he learned very early on that having feelings wasn't okay at all, especially for a boy. And he was even bullied for that, because people tended to tell him, well, how can you be so sensitive? Don't be like a girl. Yeah, I have reactions to those sexist statements, so I'm not going to go into a tangent about that. So, his reaction to that was to close off, to shut off. And so he spent a lot of time on his own. He preferred not to share his feelings or opinions because he didn't believe people cared or wanted to hear them. His sensitivity was his vulnerability because he didn't have any skills or understanding what to do with all those feelings, things that he felt, right? So he learned to be invisible. He learned to hide in a shell created by shame. And this shell was completely impenetrable. That's why it was so hard for Cinderella to actually connect with him, and that's why she felt so lonely. And after working with me, Prince learned that his sensitivity can be his superpower. He learned to value and appreciate himself, and to work through his shame to connect with his wife and other close people in his life. This is exactly what I do. I teach people to understand themselves using both psychology and tarot tools, and others. I teach them to communicate their feelings and needs. I teach them how to speak, to be heard. And also, that's their path to reconnect with themselves and other people. And this is my recipe for curing loneliness. If you want to know more, join me in my private conscious relationships community right now. We dive deeper into how to put all this information into action. I'll see you very soon. Click the link below to request to join for free. Well, next time we will be talking about the relational dynamic between Cinderella and the prince, because this dynamic is defined by their stories.